Good morning, fourth grade. Our PSSA Prep lesson for today is going to focus on main idea, supporting details, and summarizing. I want to start by saying main idea strictly is used for nonfiction pieces. And when we work with fiction, usually we talk about theme. It's kind of like the moral of the story, what they're trying to teach you. Main idea is very similar. Main idea is the gist of the article or the text that we're reading. It's the point they're trying to get across. This text is titled The Mills at Kinderdyk, which is a village in Holland. I'm not going to bore you by reading the entire text. I want you to do that. But I'm going to give you some ideas as to what you want to be doing here. And then we'll talk about summarizing in the next couple pages as well. So the main idea of this passage basically is that the villagers of Kinderdyk use several methods to control the water, and that's because their village was 22 feet below sea level, which is obviously a problem. Now, when we talk about main idea, oftentimes students are always looking for like a sentence that will give us the main idea. I don't want to tell you that it never happens, but in this particular case, I came up with the main idea based on what I read, and you will need to be able to do that as well. There will be times when you can underline or circle the main idea, perhaps of the entire text, or in some cases, they're asking you for the main idea of one paragraph. So when we do take PSSA tests, be aware of those things. Question number 2 asks us to underline 2 details that tell about what villagers built to keep the land dry. All right. Well, one thing they did, and I used the time order word first, it says first people dug long, deep holes to carry overflowing water from rivers away from the future site of the village. That's one thing they did. Villagers also built a dike, which is a long wall surrounding the village to block water. It's like a dam. Those are 2 details that tell us about what the villagers did. The third question, what are the mills at Kinderdyk? Write a sentence that describes what they are and what they do. This is from the last paragraph. I kind of summarize this, if you will. I said the mills redirect water to rivers or dry farmland. To reiterate what I was saying, main idea, nonfiction. What is the article or text about? Supporting details are going to support what your main idea is. So in this case, if we say the main idea is that villagers of Kinderdyk use several methods to control water, okay. What are the details that prove that? Well, we just talked about them and I underlined them. That's step number 1. Step number 2, we're going to look at some other things here. And on this particular page, what we're looking at is a discussion. And I really like these pages where it says think it through, because ultimately, if you read this at the bottom, they kind of give you the answer. So what point does the author focus on most? Are any ideas repeated? Well, the point is that the author is focusing on the ways that the villagers kept water out of their town. All right. Where it says apply, here's the question. The main idea of the passage is the villagers at Kinderdyk use several methods to manage the water. Which detail best supports that main idea? Well, we talked about this a little bit before, but it's letter A. In 1726, windmills were built to drain the excess water. All right? And if you look at the bottom, it kind of tells you a little bit about that particular detail. I'm going to show you one more page on summarizing, and then what I want you to do is try and finish up the rest on your own, thinking about what I just said in our video. Our last page, before you get to your own, focuses on Summarizing. Well, what is summarizing? A summary states the main idea of a passage and includes the most important supporting details. It does not include small details. So when we give a summary or you watch a preview for a movie, I always think of those as like a good example. Basically, we want to explain a little bit about what's going on without giving everything away. As always, please ask any questions or let us know if you're struggling. Use the video to your advantage, and we'll see you again soon.